action. April 25th to May 9th, Grenada National Stadium. 6 teams, 15 days of cricket action, 13 matches. The biggest names in local and regional cricket. Reppin' Bailey.
Welcome to Season 3 of the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 tournament. Here with me this morning we have Assistant Tournament Director Kerry Frank. Kerry, what can we expect for the coming 15 days?
As you mentioned, it's 15 days of exciting cricket where it should be some keen competition among the 6 teams. We know that the players, they are raring to go. It has been a long time in coming. It's been a year already. And I can tell it's going to be fun and excitement down here at the National Stadium over the next 15 days.
Okay, and I see that the tagline for this year's competition is Spice, Cricket and Vibes. Tell us a little bit about the thought process behind that tagline.
Well, you know, as the tournament is named Spice Isle T10 Tournament, Grenada is really renowned for our spices, and we are the spice country. So we want to ensure that the cricket and the vibes that we have here at the National Stadium over the next 15 days is one which is filled with some excitement and full of spice.
Wonderful. So I'll take you guys up to Master Control now for the toss.
Welcome to the toss, so match 1 in Season 3 of the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 tournament. It is a big matchup to start off the tournament. The teams who finished 5th and 6th in Season 2, they meet for the first time in Season 3 to see who can get 2 very important points very early. We have with us here at the toss, the match referee, Mr. Carl Felix, and our 2 captains, Preston McSween, the new captain of Clove Challengers, and Mike Narayan, third-time captain of the Cinnamon Pacers. Mr. Match referee, it's over to you.
Welcome, gentlemen, to the toss. Best wishes to both teams. This is the coin we're going to use. This is tail, this is head. Home captain, you are going to spin. Micah, you're going to call.
McSween has the coin. The call is a head, and it is a
Tail.
tail. Clove Challengers have won the toss. Preston, let's have a word with McSween. Preston, first of all, Season 3, you guys, are they up and raring to go for this one?
Of course, you know, I have full belief in my team, and we go there and represent in the best way possible.
Winning the toss, what looks to be a very important toss, what will be the decision of the challengers?
We will bowl first, you know, taking into consider the weather and all the rain around. So we want to get the best out of the wicket at the first time.
Bowling first, is a ground you know very well and the conditions you know pretty well also. What do you think would be a good total you'd want to restrict these Cinnamon Pacers to?
Well, it's the first game of the T10. You not really have a score in mind, but we try to bowl to the best of our ability and execute our plans, and that's what's most important to us.
Clove Challengers, almost a brand new team. You yourself coming in as a captain, new to this, new to the tournament also. What can you tell us a little bit of your squad this season?
Well, my squad, as you see, you know, is a good squad level in terms of all the players being all-rounders and bowlers, preferably like me. So, you know, I will be playing a bowler's game. You know, like I always believe cricket is a bowler's game, so may the best bowling team execute the plans and win the game.
Spoken like a true fast bowler there, Preston. Congratulations to your team and all the best of the season.
Thank you.
Mike and Narayan, third time back with Cinnamon Pacers, back in for another tournament. What's the mood like in the camp before the season starts?
Well, first of all, I want to thank the Almighty for bringing us here. And the mood in camp is very nice. I really like the energy from the guys, and we're going to take it from there.
Being asked to bat first on the first match of the tournament, was that also in your decision, thinking?
No, if I had won the toss, I would have bowled first as well. But nevertheless, someone will have to bat. I think we're going to go there and bat and go and put on a defendable total.
Your team has some major changes to it from the previous season. The likes of Alec Athens is not in with you guys this year. But what can you tell us of the composition of your team for Season 3?
Well, we have a few new guys. Desmond Maloney played with us last year. We have Shendal Regis, we have Nikos Di we have Che Duncan, we have John Olive. So I think we have a good all-round team, and we're going out there to play good cricket and to see if we can come out successfully.
Batting first on this track, what do you think would be a good total you'll be able to successfully defend at the back end of the match?
Well, we're looking to see if we could get 100 and above. I think we have the bowling that could defend this total.
All right, well, Mike, congratulations to Cinnamon Pacers, and we want to wish you guys all the best for the tournament.
Thank you very much.
So that's the news from the toss, the very first toss of the tournament. Clove Challengers have won the toss, and they decided to bowl first.
There you have it, folks. The toss for match 1 went to Clove Challengers, and they've opted to field first. Kerry, today in matchup number 1, we have Clove Challengers versus Cinnamon Pacers. Who should we really look out for during today's match?
Well, it's a team that has quite a number of talented players in the mix. If you look at the team now on the toss, the likes of Preston, Maxwell, Darren, Ned, they are some of the names that pop up to you. But players like Dana George, they would also want to make a name for themselves. Jaron Noel, who has been there for a few seasons, he would also want to have a good season. So I think it's a very balanced squad, as a captain would have said, and they would be looking to see if they can redeem themselves from 2 underwhelming seasons in seasons 1 and 2. While Cinnamon Pacers, they've had a very good first season. They finished runners-up in the tournament last year. They found it difficult, but this year they have regrouped a bit, and with the likes of Desron Maloney, Shondell Regis, quite exciting batsmen, and they should fancy themselves in this tournament. So I think it's going to be an exciting match, should be a good one, and I think the fans are in for an entertaining afternoon.
Okay, one notable absence we see from the Cinnamon Pacers team this year is that of Alec Athenas. Do you think that they have sufficiently replaced him for this year's tournament?
I don't think you could replace an Alec Athenes, right? You can maybe get 2 players or 3 players, but the quality that he brought to the team for the first 2 seasons, he will certainly be missed. But I think it's an opportunity, for the other players in the squad to put up their hands and take the opportunity and make it count.
Wonderful. Well, there you have it, folks. We'll soon begin with match 1 of the Dream 11 Spice T10. Back up to you in the commentary booth.
All right, well, good morning and good afternoon and good day, no matter what time of the day you're at, wherever you're at, right around the globe. Welcome to beautiful Spice Country, Grenada. It is the start of Season 3 of the Dream 11 T10 tournament. My name is Jason Skeet, and Rondell John is alongside me, and for the next 15 days, we're going to be having a whole lot of cricket. Joining us throughout the course of the day as well will be Afi Fletcher, of course, well-known female West Indies cricketer, Afi Fletcher, and, of course, Rafael Crony is going to be joining us as we go through the course of the day today and for the next 15 days. The news out of the middle, basically, is the clash is on in Game 1 between the Clove Challengers and the Cinnamon Pacers. The Cinnamon Pacers won the toss, and they elected to send in the Clove Challengers to have a bat. And Rondell John, good morning.
All right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Jason. Well, let me just begin by, I'm just trying to calm the nerves, the excitement of, the Spice T10 is here and we're about to start. This exciting T10 tournament, it's a fast-paced game, and loads and loads of excitement in store for the viewers and, those persons who will actually come in to view the games.
All right, well, the Clove Challengers will have a bat earlier on, and the Cinnamon Pacers, they are taking to the field. So they're the beaten finalists from last tournament, the Cinnamon Pacers. And the Cinnamon Pacers, of course, looking pretty sharp. The Clove Challengers on the field, and they've got Preston McSween, their captain. And no doubt he has got the brand new cherry in his hand, and he'll be operating from the Darbo end. Nice attacking field, good day for cricket. Well, for the most part, because our friends at the Met Office are predicting a day that is filled with cloud cover. Heavy cloud cover this afternoon is going to make it very interesting. We may have some lateral movement from the bowlers. They can exploit that movement, but it's a very placid and generally good batting wicket here at the National Stadium. So good contest in the making.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at the wicket, it looks really good. And so it makes for a really good game. First delivery, there we had it, Jason. The first delivery of the Spice T10 2023 edition.
All right, first delivery, McSween was well on target, just as we anticipated. Some movement, some lateral movement. He's a left-hander, so there's some natural movement there from him. They've got not so much an attacking field, concerningly so, but maybe McSween has a plan. This time is well played. Good shot. Just punching it through the offside, opening the face of the bat and picking up the first runs of the day. The Cinnamon Pacers, they're on the board.
Yeah, Cinnamon Pacers, they're off, and the score 1. doing well there, Maloney, to get that ball through the point region. Really exciting. He's having a look, just to see what is happening. We can see that lateral movement as you talked about, Jason. Definitely it's there. The conditions outside is there for that. So let's see how Regis would go. He has been someone who, in the last edition, did very, very well with the bat. And so I think the Cinnamon Pacers, they are going to rely heavily on him.
Oh, some movement there and some lift and some dangerous living there because he was beaten all ends up, pulled away, but not fast enough. And had the slip cord been packed, well, we would have seen some early excitement right there on the field.
Yeah, there you have a beautiful delivery from McSween, pitching, moving across the left-handed Regis. Luckily, he got an edge onto it and took it through the keeper and the slip down to the boundary for 4.
All right, so Regis is left-handed, and Deron Maloney, he's carrying number 50 on his back. He's at the non-striker's end. He's advancing down the wicket to McSween, and McSween just sort of cramped him up a little bit. Had he waited on that, he could have gotten a decent pull through mid-wicket, but strange. He still picked up the single anyhow, but actually, still picked up the single.
He's just showing clear intent that he's ready to get on with the action. Yeah, I guess this first over they're gonna just look and see what the pitch is serving up. But generally, I can tell you, it's excitement. Look at that delivery as it goes past the bat of Maloney. Well pitched up delivery, swinging away, still moving after it has passed the bat. So quite a bit of movement out there. As we said, the condition is just suited for that. And so we expect the likes of McSween, who, has played a lot of his cricket at the higher level. Maloney again just pushing out. No run. Score, I can tell you, so far 6 without loss in the first over. So the over completed, 6 runs on the board. So it's a Spice Isle T10 3.0, and we in for some really, really exciting cricket. As I scan through the teams, Jason, I see some really exciting batsmen, featuring in some of these teams. I don't know if the conditions will remain like this, where the bowlers so far seem to be on top, but definitely I think I see some exciting batsmen. As we see Dubiset with his first delivery in this year's tournament. On target, a delivery that just cramped Regis for room. A nice bit of bounce coming through on the wicket. Looking really good out there. They go through for a quick single. Regis seemed to be, still trying to get his feet in terms of the bounce and understanding the wicket. Well played in the end. So we can tell you the score is 7 without loss. Clove challengers bowling, cinnamon pieces, batting. Nice lifting delivery there by Dubisset. So the batsmen here, I'm looking to see how they would take charge of the power play. So far it's been pretty quiet, the power play. In this season 3 has started very quiet. I guess the bowlers are on top. They are using the conditions that they have to their advantage. And there we go. That's what we're talking about. Beautiful shot there by Maloney. Dubisset pitching short and Maloney quickly onto the back foot and pulling that one through the mid-wicket region. 6 runs. The first 6 of the Spice Isle T10 2023. Beautiful shot there by Maloney. Dubisset would be advised here to, get that ball a little bit closer up to the batsman. Cannot pitch that sort of delivery on that wicket. Looks really good. There he goes, charging, and he skied that one. Fielder under it, and it is taken there. So Maloney goes, first wicket goes to Dubisset. There he was, just looking to back away and try to hit that one over the long off region and being caught there at mid-on. Big blow there by the Clove challengers. Definitely they would have expected a bit more from him. He took the first over to sort of get himself in, and just looking to up the rate, he has perished. So we see Nkosi Sentile being the batter coming in. And we definitely know Nkosi has the ability to clear the boundaries really well. Definitely looking forward to see him in this edition. Dubisset waits. He's short rising delivery, just punching it back to the man there. A short cover is Saint-Hilaire as the over comes to an end. And so it's 13 for 1 in the second over, completion of the second over. Spice Isle T10 3.0, it's here. And those of you viewing, I know there's that anticipation of something really exciting happening as we see the new bowler getting ready. And here we see number 47, that looks like Aston Jackson. So he's into the attack. And definitely we see the plan here by Maxwin, who is the captain of the Clove Challengers. He's so far has used 3 different bowlers. No one has repeated. So the batsman definitely has no chance to, settle into a rhythm against any bowler. So good strategy applied right away by Maxwin. Shot there by Regis. Very good shot, beautiful shot. That's 4 runs. He just came into line and stroked that one through the mid-on region, more or less an inside edge, and it raced across this beautiful outfield. No chance there by Maxwin to catch that one. and 4 more runs to Regis. So he seems to be settling really nicely. He seems to be back in that groove again, ladies and gentlemen. And we look forward to seeing him, throughout this innings. 17 for 1, Jackson. Short delivery rising outside the off stump. No ball, oh my God, no ball signal there. So definitely that would be a free hit. That would be a free hit. In this T10 format, a no ball is a cardinal sin. You do not want to overstep that front line because the batsman has a free hit. Let's see what Regis would do with this free hit. So it's the first free hit of this season's Spice Isle T10. Backing away, just spooling that one to the mid-on region. He's not out. Remember, it's a free hit, so he cannot get out unless he's run out. But Regis looking to make some room and to crash that one over the offside. Just able to get it to the mid-on region, and they cross for a single. Score moving on to 18 for 1. We're in the third over. So we see some adjustments being made to the field. You have a new batsman in Saint Hilaire, and so the field changes. Jackson in, pitch full. It's pushing it back along the turf to that man at mid-on, and there's no run. So definitely still pretty quiet out here at the National Stadium in St. George. Pacers, they are a bit slow to get off, but hopefully they will pick up the scoring rate. Quick single, there's a shy, and we set overrunning there, so they cannot come back for the second, but definitely a quick single taken. Had an opportunity looking at the throw from the fielder. There was an opportunity maybe if he got a direct hit, but unfortunately he didn't, and so all's well that ends well. Score moving on to 19. Again, we've seen slight adjustments by Maxwin. Oh my God. There seemed to be some miscommunication by the batsman out there. Regis staring down the wicket looking for that quick single. Saint Hilaire unable to respond. Regis has to turn and go back. Definitely a bit of nerve, I know. There we see it pitching on the line of the leg stump just outside. Cannot get out there. Jackson in full delivery, and he's bowled him. Good delivery there by Jackson. Yorker length delivery. Regis could not respond. Definitely all beating him, all ends up. And he seemed to have crippled the batsman there. That's what he suggested. That's his celebration. And so there is a bit of pressure happening here. They've lost another wicket within the power play. And so definitely we would put the advantage down to the Clove challengers so far. And that completes the over. So it's over number 3 completed. Score 19 for 2. Very much quiet going there by the Cinnamon Pacers.
Very good morning to you, Rondell. Rather overcast day here today, the start of the third edition of the Spice LT10 tournament. And we have seen there Jackson just picking up that wicket there, a ball pitched right up. And the batsman there was looking to play it some way. That's Regis looking to play it some way through mid. I think he was beaten by pace and just went right through him and hit the off stump.
Yeah, definitely that pace that Jackson has, and there was some inward movement. So you see Dubby set again, just pitching on the stump. No response there by St. Hilaire. St. Hilaire just leaning forward and pushing it back to him. So very quiet start for the Pacers. The lineup of the batsmen, you will expect some excitement because we see some exciting batsmen there, but very good going by the Clove challengers. Good pitch up delivery. I think he would have missed out there. Dubisset, St. Hilaire, Dubisset serving up a full delivery just outside the off stump, but he had enough width that he could free his hands and go over the offside, but missing. So definitely, I think they need to get the piece of the wicket, in an effort to respond.
Well, this has been a pretty good over by Dubisset so far and has shown the ability to be able to move the ball away. That delivery before, I think it really pitched just outside the off stump, and the batsman, St. Hilaire, looking for the driver and left him. Really a good delivery. And he has shown that he has the ability to use quite a bit of guile in that he's going to bowl a slow one and has been doing that successfully. We have seen there's no two slips, so there is some attack there, as they would have been able to pick up 2 early wickets, and certainly they will be looking to probably pick up another one.
Yeah, a good delivery again, lifting outside the off stump. Dubisset missing an opportunity to get at one, maybe past the point region and into the boundary. But again, as you said, the good little movement that I guess the conditions outside, is favouring the bowling team, and so they're using it to their advantage.
Yes, certainly the condition now, pretty atmosphere, a little bit heavy, and the seaman certainly will want to take advantage of that. He's bringing the ball up, and he's been able to get it to leave the right-handed batsman.
Good shot, slight misfield, and that one would cross the ropes now. 4 runs. Again, good shot there by St. Hilaire. Knowing that the ball is going to move away. Let's look at it there. He's just able to hit that one through. I think the fielder there made a meal of it and was able to get 4 runs.
So we have seen again the movement from Dubisset. As I think you'll probably looking to hit it a little bit straighter, and as it left him, it came off the bat, and the fielder backward square just had to move to his right. So was not able to get and it went down to the boundary before. But again, the movement from Dubisset, and certainly you just need to keep it as he's doing. Just keep it up. Have the batsman to come on the front foot and give the slip an opportunity.
All right, so definitely the Clove challengers, they seem to be on top. They're reading the game pretty well. You can hear the keeper, just recognizing that it's only 4 runs coming off the over, and so Dubisset has bowled his second over, completing his spell. Very good going by him.
Yes, I thought it was a good spell, and I say he didn't try to do too much, but I thought that he really was able to keep a good line. He was not strained, but outside the off stump, the batsman had to play. As we see umpire Rupert Hulas, just signal the end of the power play after 4 overs. They have been able to pick up 2 important wickets. Maloney, who played that beautiful shot over backward square for 6. And the very next ball again is looking to repeat and was able to hold out just at mid-off. So I think have been pretty good power play, probably even. There's 2 wickets. As Jackson is going to continue from this northern end. Okay, good movement. Definitely, we
looking at how the power play has gone, looking at the batsman that has fallen 24 for 2 at the end of the power play, the 4 overs gone. Definitely, we would say advantage to the Clove challengers.
Well, at 24 for 2, and I must say, you could see the condition is pretty good for seam bowling. Then again, you're on a new pitch playing the first match, so one would want to think that one is expected to pick up wickets in the early stages. Jackson continued to get that ball again to leave the right-handed batsman there, and the batsman looking to drive again, ball leaving him outside the off stump. But it's good to see that Jackson is bowling a pretty good length and really good line. One remembers that he had some difficulty in the last edition with a number of no balls. But, I'm happy to see now that he seemed to put that behind him. I hope I'm not speaking too early. Seemed to have put that behind him and is really keeping the ball up. And the condition really assists him in that the ball continues to move. This is the third delivery he's bowling this over. All of them would have left the right-handed batsman. And you can see the batsman, they having some difficulty to negotiate.
Yeah, good areas there by Jackson. Batsman looking to advance and, cramping him with the room and still getting that one to lift. So definitely, I think the batsmen need to come up with a plan as to how they can, really conquer the conditions that are out here. Because they will need to get going. It's 4 overs gone. We're into the 5th over.
Certainly, and this is really a bad miss. Again, this ball is hit to backward point straight, and the batsman probably was about halfway down the wicket, and really was a bad throw that went way over the keeper head, who was not able to get up to the stump. The batsman were able to pick up an over throw there, but another chance gone a begging.
Yeah, another chance gone a begging. Definitely, batsman in no man's land. All it needed was a direct hit from the fielder. He missed completely, and they were able to cross for 1. So definitely, the fortunes favouring the batsmen on that occasion.
So it's 25 for 2 as Jackson.
Quick single. So I think that the batsmen understand the urgency of what needs to happen. So definitely you see a little bit of the rotation of the strike taking place there. In this format, you cannot allow too many dot balls. So definitely they understand their role, I think, and we would see them looking to ensure that they get some pace into the innings.
Well, in conditions like this, obviously where scoring seemed to be difficult, you'd want to pick up every single that is necessary. I think one of the weaknesses we are seeing are the batsmen are really looking to probably hit the ball too hard, but probably they need to try to get back onto it and maybe to push it around, pick up the 1s and the 2s until it get a little bit easier. But it certainly is not that easy with the condition that we are playing under now and then getting onto a new pitch. Certainly, they are going to have difficulty looking for the big shots. After 5 overs, Cinnamon Pacers, who have been asked to bat, they are 26 for 2. Cinnamon Peters 26 for 2 after 5 overs.
Yeah. So very good going there by the Clove challengers. Keeping that pressure building. If we look closely, I think if you analyze the projected score from here, I think they would get somewhere in the region if they continue at this rate. A run rate of just about 5-6 runs are over, so they definitely will just get up to about 60 runs thereabouts. So they would want to have more than that.
Yeah, most certainly, yes. Darren Ned going to pick up the attack from that southern end, and he's going to be bowling to Nicosi St. Clair. He's on 6. again, this is a shot outside the off stump. He probably would have wanted to do a lot more with that delivery. It was short there. I think not getting across, just stand up and looking to probably hit somebody down the backward point. Made no contact. But Darren Ned, who has been one of the star players in the previous T10 tournament, and certainly he would be looking to continue to make a name for himself.
Yeah, definitely. You look forward to, the likes of Darren Ned. We know that he has the ability, and so he just needs to settle in. The wicket is good. It looks good for bowling and for batting. The ball seems to be coming on nicely. The bowler's getting some bounce. So once he's able to control that bounce, I think he should be in the wickets.
Yes, he's a player that would have really progressed rapidly. And when he started the T10 tournament, he was one of the batters that would have done tremendously well in terms of the amount of runs. This one would be signal wide. Again, ball moving away, but wide of the off stump. Made quite a bit of runs, and we know his exploit, even his fast bowling. And this is where he actually started. So he would have come a pretty long way, represented the West Indies at the under 19 level, and has really progressed really, really well. And certainly he would want to continue to do well in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. I think the batting out there seem to be really, really. The batsmen seem to be struggling with another 4.3 overs to go. You can see that the batsman there in Matthew wants to get on with it, but that delivery, is nowhere there for that shot, and so I think he needs to calm his nerve, look to, really keep his eye on the ball as he tries to hit that one down to mid-on, and he would go through for a single. But definitely you can see the intent is there. They're looking to get on with the score, but they need to time the ball. They need to make sure that they, get into good positions that they could get the ball to the boundary.
Yeah, you would have lost his shape there. Again, looking for too much power, and sometimes all it needs is to get into the right position and place the deliveries and pick up runs. But there again, you're looking for power.
Yeah, short delivery there by Ned. St. Hilaire looking to pull that one. There's a lot of acreage, You have fine leg up in the circle, so there's a lot of room for that short ball, but unfortunately he missed. Run rate keep going, keep dipping. They need to get it up. Yeah, so very good going there by the challengers, keeping a tight rein on the pieces, and you can hear the wicketkeeper there as he, he's counting everything that happens.
So we have just seen the conclusion of the sixth over. The Cinnamon Pieces, they are 30 for 2. Remembering that they lost toss and were inserted into bat, and really have been a pretty tough going this morning, having lost 2 wickets. And St. Hilaire and Jade Matthew will really want to turn things around. Certainly this has become a challenge this morning. As I welcome to the microphone Afi Fletcher. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning to all the viewers, evening, night, wherever you're tuned in to. Welcome to the Dream 11 T10, Spice Isle Dream 11 T10 tournament.
Yeah, you're certainly right in saying good afternoon. The way outside is looking, it look as though it's morning. It's certainly an interesting battle as we see Dina George wearing the number 7 shirt. He's on pick up the attack from this northern end. And St. Hilaire is sitting high. This one goes way down to long off. They feel that long off, settles under it, and take another catch. And certainly Pacers continue to lose. Lost another wicket. First ball by George. And we see St. Hilaire looking to clear long off. Just was not able to. And the fielder feeling at long off. And he was able to come wrong. That's Gerard Noel. And certainly picked up a very simple catch. And Pacers again falling deeper into some trouble. They are 30 for 3, and we're in the 7th over.
Yes, as you see, the wicket continues to fall, and the dot balls continue to remain high. The dot ball percentage continue to remain high for the challengers.
Yeah, I do believe that the ball is probably not coming on as one would expect. And again, you onto a probably new wicket. You would expect that, and the sun is not shining. We haven't seen the sun since we have started this morning. So again, you're not going to get the ball flying off as such. So stroke making, particularly on the front foot, would be difficult because with the ball not coming on, playing through the line will give some sort of difficulty. Now we have seen they have already lost 1 wicket in Maloney. Again, looking to hit on the up. He was caught at mid-off. And here we've seen St. Clair again trying to probably repeat the same sort of shot and being only able to get it down to long off and losing his wicket. So
There we have the new batter and strike, Trey Duncan. Haven't not yet got off the mark. First ball.
yeah, and the left-handed George just seem to be hitting the line. Keep a good length. Just about off stump going further away. And he's bowling to third man on the boundary, backward point, right back on the boundary. Another good delivery again, the ball leaving the right-handed Duncan. Just to continue the field, there's a cover on the boundary, and the cover, squarish cover, long off, and also a middle, so a really heavy packed offside field. Third man on the boundary, backward point, cover on the boundary. We have a cover, extra cover, and long off.
There we have a wide delivery, signaled by the umpire, Hulas.
Yeah, just strain down the leg side a bit.
I think, Mr. Kearney, that the Cinnamon Pacers are making good use of the conditions, you know. They've been hitting the good areas of the wicket. I think that they are hitting good line and length.
Yeah, most definitely. You should enjoy bowling in condition like this. You know, just making sure you hit the right length and the right line. Again, this one could be called wide. As again, is wide of the off stump. Like looking for too much pace, where you should be just looking for line and length and allow the ball to do the work.
Yes.
Another extra. It's 32 for 3. Current run rate just 4.92, and they will certainly want to step that up. We are into the 7th over, and just to continue the field on the leg side, just two feelers on the leg side. Short finding at a backward square. So lots of room in front of the wicket on the onside. Pitched up again, and again the ball leaving the right-handed batsman. And it looks so difficult for the piece that you tend to wonder where the next run is going to come from. Really, I think the bowlers have done a pretty good job.
Yeah, we still have Duncan on strike, 3 balls, haven't yet got off the mark. He will need to find a way to get off the mark.
Batsman just having a mid-wicket conference there. Interestingly, with the movement, there's still no slips.
And he's off the mark after full deliveries.
Yeah, seemed to get some bat onto this one. From the bat into the pad, just went out in the forward square, roll out, so they was able to pick up a easy single. It's 33 for 3. And Matthew.
Fumble in the field, got a single.
Yeah, that completes another over. 7 overs being bowled. 34 for 3 with Duncan on 1 and Matthew on 3. And the Pacers really would be looking to really step up for the next 3 overs. 34 the way they are going, certainly they will really have to step up for the next 3 overs. Only 3 wickets lost, and with 3 overs to go, they certainly will look. But I think the problem is that they need to get into the right position to play the shot, because we would have seen that a number of big shots was attempted, but really they was not in position, so really they didn't look at being able to get back to it.
Down to long on for 1 run. And next run added to the total.
Yeah, Ned is doing the right thing, is just bringing the ball up this one almost Yorker length. And Matthew had to more or less come down on it, get it down to long on. So Duncan, he will comes into strike. The umpire says Urban Mason at that sudden end.
In the air, but drop short down to third man.
Yeah, again, looking for the big shot, but again, you could see that his body was so far away from it. And if he did just step just a little while, the other left foot just come across a little bit, he would have been in really the right position. But this is one of the few probably over pitch delivery we would have seen, and really should have been taken full advantage of.
In the air, but landed short to the fielder again, down to third man. Mr. Grenada will be looking to maximize each delivery left.
Yeah, I think it's important now to look to pick up some boundaries. And this is what they need. That probably going to give them some confidence to really push on for the next few overs. You know, but as I said before, as we continue to see that you're looking for a lot of power, not getting into the right position. This one, again, he's swinging the ball outside the off stump and very far from it. 37 for 3. We are in the 8th over. Cinnamon Pacers will ask to take 4 strike. So they should really attempt to get up to some sort of score that would make it competitive. Pitch up, and this one is hit. Where does this one goes? Lovely shot that goes over long on for 6. He was really closer to this one, and really got into the right position. I was able to hit it over long on. Welcome 6.
It's been a while since a boundary was hit, but they'll need that to add to the total.
Yeah, as we see the replay there, it was pitch up, and he really got close to this one and clear long off.
Wide delivery signal by umpire Mason.
So it's 44 for 3. We into the 8th over. Duncan on 8. Matthew on 6. Matthew on 5.
At the end of Ned's spell, got 14 out of the 2. End of the over, we have 44 for 3.
But this was probably a better over. They was able to pick up a maximum 6 in this over, and I think that again, as I said before, he was really in pretty good position to hit this one over long on. The very next delivery, he was looking to swing, and the ball was way outside the off stump, so he was pretty far from it. With 44 for 3 after 8 overs, 2 overs to go, and they certainly want to maximize and try and get as much as possible in this next 2 overs.
Yes, they will try to have to maximize and eliminate those dot balls.
Again, George, Matthew looking to swing, ball pitch. Good link, leaving the right-handed batsman, and he probably would be advised to try to get a little bit closer to those deliveries, because they will be looking for boundaries from here on. But he's bowling to a pack of side field.
Single down to long on. Bring the total 45 for 3. George seems to be having a pretty good spell so far.
Yeah, yes, certainly have been bowling pretty well. Consistently moving the ball away from the right-handed batsman.
In the air, fielder on it. Oh, and it's dropped. Dropped by the fielder. Was a difficult chance based on how he was moving. He was moving back and the ball was leaving him, so it was a difficult chance for him.
Yeah, I agree. It was really a difficult chance, and yeah, with the mid-wicket fielder, they going back and going around. Really, he didn't look as though he would have taken it, and certainly it didn't seem as though he touched his hands. But again, you know, the batsman, they're looking for the big hit, but pulling away from the delivery, which means that you really could not have get nothing much onto it. It's 47 for 3, and Duncan picking up a single from this delivery going down to third man. So we're in the 9th over. It's 47 for 3. Jade Matthew comes back into strike. He's on 7.
Wide signal by umpire holders.
Yeah. Does have a few wides in the spell. Haven't been bowling bad, you know, as we have been saying before. You know, it's a sort of pitch that will encourage any seam bowler to bowl. You know, and
yeah, the wicket has been pretty good. It gives you a nice lift.
yeah, there's some life. There's some life in the wicket. But again, the movements that we see the bowlers are getting simply because of the atmospheric condition. Again, ball moving, and the batsman pulling away, looking to swing somewhere on the leg side, and really going to get any bat or get into any position to hit that. So George continued to keep his line, and having that ball leave the right hand, it's going to create some problems.
Yeah, I think the batter needs to come up with a different plot to get some bat onto the ball. It's in the air, and it will land between the two fielders. They will pick up 2 runs, which moved the score to 50 for 3. They're 50 up in the 9th over.
Yes, so we have completed 9 overs, 50 for 3, cinnamon pieces. Again, this one hit down to long on. Not getting hold of it, so it actually stopped and bounced, so he was able to pick up 2 runs. And we coming up to the last over. But certainly, Afi, you batting outside, is any maybe a change of strategy in terms of your batting? What would you have done? Particularly, you're facing George left arm, coming over the wicket, the ball leaving the right hander.
Well, as a bat, sometimes you have to think of where do you bat when the ball, you try to look at what the bowler is doing, and sometimes you change your guard. So that's one of the things you could do, change your guard. So you could be closer to the delivery.
I think you are certainly spot on. You look at what is happening, then you would change your suit. And this is where, you know, the strategy and the knowledge of the game is important. You probably take baton off some, you know, so you put yourself in a better position to get back onto the ball. So we into the 10th over. Maxwell, this one is hit down to cover.
Oh, and it's a boundary, 4 runs. Moves the total to 54 for 3.
Yeah, and And good start to the 10th over. You don't want to pick up a few more boundaries. Matthew is on 11.
Well, Mr. Kearney, since the challengers batting, the rate have been just 5, around 5. They haven't moved anyway. So I think the Pacers have been doing a good job in maintaining the rate.
Yeah, at least it stays at 1 point, but you certainly want to get it up. You know, as you come down to the end of the inning, you probably want to get it up. I think they are guilty of not really stepping up in terms of the rate. You certainly want to get more than 60 in a 10 over game, despite the condition.
Yes, I think the dot ball percentage is high.
Yeah, they actually is a run rate at 6 now.
And they push for 2, and the score moves to 57 for 3. Into the final over, the captain have the ball in his hand.
And the fact that they would have only lost 3 wickets, you know, I mean, you really should be pushing on more, you know, even though that you're not scoring as you should, but you probably want to, based on what is happening, you probably might create the opportunity for another batsman to come in that has the ability to hit the ball. I just want to sit down to long on and just one bounce before the fielder comes in. So yet another single. 58 for 3.
We have Jade Matthew and Che Duncan in bat. Duncan 11 and 11 balls.
So we see Maxwell just going for 14 in his 1.04 overs. Just want to hit in the air and simple catch from mid-wicket. Again, looking for the big hit. Knowing near the pitch of that delivery and only able to get it up to mid-wicket. And another catch has been taken. As we look at the fielder comes in there and taking a very simple catch. 58 for 4, and just 2 deliveries remaining. Pacers will be disappointed. So just 2 deliveries. Maxwell picking up his first wicket. Yeah, one for 14. John Olive. He's gonna come in to replace Duncan. Yeah, 58 for 4, Maxwell, with just 2 deliveries left.
See the keeper fumbles there, and they got 1 out of it. Moves the total 59 for 4.
Yeah, delivery staying down a bit, not collected cleanly by the keeper. Probably got away with this one, or would have thought that this was pretty wide, but certainly the umpire is in the best position to determine that. Final delivery. And makes no contact as he attempted a big swing. And that's the end of Cinnamon Pacers innings. 59 for 4 after 10 overs. Really, they certainly will be disappointed with that score. But you never know runs on the board. This game is a game of glorious uncertainties. They ended up with 59 for 4. Maloney, he went for 7 of 7 deliveries. And we see that none of the batsmen really got going. We had Matthew finishing with 14 not out, 11 by Duncan. And certainly none of the batsmen really seemed or showed the intent of really pushing forward. All of them just seemed to struggle under the conditions as they played this morning.
And as you see, Jackson, 2 bowlers, 2 overs, 9 runs, 1 wicket. The best of all the bowlers. We have only Ned not picking up in the wickets, but all the other bowlers collect one in the wicket column. I think decent bowling effort by the Cinnamon Pacers.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say. I think Jackson bowled well. You know, and as I was saying before that, that was a player that struggled a bit with no balls as we look at the last tournament. But he came in today and really bowled well. He bowled quickly. He kept the ball up to the bat, and he actually finished with figures of 1 for 9 in his 2 overs. We had Dubuset also had a pretty good spell, and he finished with 1 for 11. Maxwell 1 for 14 in his 2 overs, and Ned also didn't pick up a wicket, went for 14, and George would have picked up 1 for 10. So certainly it had been a pretty good display by the bowlers, and certainly the Pacers finishing at 59 for 4, and certainly we would hope you would rejoin us in just the next few moments as we continue to see the reply by Clove challengers. But 59 for 4, Afi, is not a score that they will feel proud about.
No, they wouldn't feel proud about it, but as you say, runs on the board is runs on the board, so if they come out and give a good bowling performance, they can be able to eliminate them for the total.
Yeah, well, certainly, and just before we break, we've seen that Jackson's on the ground, and certainly he probably would want to talk a bit about what would have happened outside there this morning, and we now turn over to the grounds where we're going to hear from Jackson.
With me on the ground, we have Haston Jackson, one of the standout bowlers this morning for the Clove Challengers. Haston, a very clinical bowling performance by your team. Tell us a little bit about the conditions of the pitch and how that assisted you guys this morning.
Well, the wicket is a very good wicket for the pace bowlers. We just go out there, hit the wicket hard, and the ball do its thing.
Okay, and tell us a little bit more about your specific performance, taking 1 wicket for 9 runs.
Well, for the past few months, I've been practicing hard, and I just go out there and execute, and it come out the way I wanted it to.
Wonderful. And your team requires 60 runs for victory. What can we expect in the chase?
Well, I will tell them batsman go out there, watch and see what the ball is doing, and then play to suit.
Okay, thank you again, and congratulations on your bowling performance.
Thanks.
Back up to you in the commentary booth.
Thank you, Sharon, and certainly we're going to take a break here as we prepare for the reply from Clove Challengers. So please join us in just a few moments as we prepare for the second half of this first game.
All right, well, welcome back to the National Stadium in beautiful Spice Country, Grenada, the start of the Dream 11 T10 tournament, and what a day it has been so far already. Not much sunshine, a whole lot of cloud cover, about 80% cloud cover. You can see that there on your monitor, some thick clouds hovering over the National Stadium, and there was some movement there. The bowlers didn't exploit it too much, but they will still be very happy with the outcome because with a score of 59 for 4, after 10 overs, 60 to win seems very gettable. Rafael Crony, talk to me.
Yeah, most certainly. I think Cinnamon Pacers at 59 for 4 will be disappointed with the score that they got. But obviously, I think Clove Challenge will be pretty happy in that they only got up to 59. And I agree with you. You rightly said that I don't think they used the condition as they actually should. But still, they was able to limit them to 59 for 4.
Yeah, 59 for 4. Not a very attractive total, so to speak, but as you folks have been saying, runs on the board is runs to get. So who do we have at the middle now opening for the Clove Challengers? Because the Clove Challengers, they of course would want to play a very a serious innings here because their backs have been against the wall from since last season. They didn't do too well last season, so this is a golden opportunity here for them to jump forward and make something out of this game.
Yes, certainly. Hazard facing the first delivery, they push it out on the offside. Hazard, Javed Hazard, he would have done pretty well in the last tournament. He did score some runs. I think he's one of the batsmen that they would look to give this sort of batting support for the team. But certainly just going after 60, one would think that the both batsmen will feel confident to get out Reynald Charles.
All right, well, Taylor is operating from the Dabo end, and Taylor has Hazard in front of him. Connecting nicely, good shot, good boundary, decent, well struck. Was very sluggish in it, but it went all the way down to long on, and he picked up 4 runs, second ball of the innings. Coney?
Good positive shot, and the thing about it, he was pretty close to that delivery. Just put that left foot across and lifted it over mid-on, and it went really easily down to that long on boundary for 4. Good confident start.
All right, well, you mentioned Hazard, of course, among the run getters, and he's very capable. This time he's living dangerously. Not the wisest of shot. Could have waited on it just a little bit longer, maybe played a better shot, you think?
Yeah, definitely. And we have seen in this particular delivery the movement. They continue to get the movement. Taylor was able to get that ball to leave Hazard, and and he actually stretched up it, just tried to push his bat. Probably could have allowed this one just to go to outside the off stump.
This time he's going again. Decent shot, and but just pick up 2. Not getting too much to the pitch of it, hitting more the bottom of the bat. Could have a little bit more meat on the bat, would have carried it over the boundary.
Yes, certainly. I think the reason for that because he really was not in the right position to play the shot. So he hit the bottom of the bat, went over mid-off, extra cover, and the fielder coming off the long off boundary had to move to his left, give the batsman the opportunity to pick up 2.
Chipping away at the total, delicately played, down to a third man, 1, and the score moves on to 7 without loss. Chipping away at this modest total. You think they're going to wait until the full 10 overs to get the 60 runs, or do you fancy them getting it way inside of it?
I expect them to get it way inside, and then let's take into consideration coming down where we're on, which probably could be an issue based on what happened in the tournament. You want to win as quickly as possible, lose as less wicket as possible. So I would expect that they would play positively, chasing that 60 runs. I really don't see it as a major challenge, so I think they will play normal cricket, just bat positively.
2 men outside of the circle. There's a power play, there's a man down at the fine leg boundary, and of course there's someone down at third man. So with those 2 outside the circle, everything in front of the bat really, once you go at it hard, it could spell a whole lot of runs for you. That brings up the end of the first over. 7 without loss after 1.
Yeah, good confident start by Clove Challenger. I'd say none of the batsmen seem to be in any trouble. Reynald Charles facing his first delivery, just a bit tied up with one that was close to him. We hit him high up on the leg, but we have seen Hazard play 2 confident shots in that over, one over long on, and then we being in full control and he steered one down to third man. He looked pretty confident, and I must say the first over, both batsmen looks good.
Well, with both batsmen looking good, Hazard has been the only active one on the scoreboard. He's got all 7 runs for the Clove Challengers. And for those of you paying attention to the Dream 11 T10 for the first time and you're wondering about the names, we're going to give you a little bit of synopsis as to why these names would have come up. And of course, with Grenada being world renowned as the Isle of Spice, all the spices are in play: the clove, the cinnamon, the mace. And we're going to give you all the details on that as we go through the next 15 days. Spice Isle, Dream T11. Wide outside the off stump and flashing and 4.
Yeah, he got it down to a fine third man, just past the first slip down to the boundary for 4. Taylor feeling on the third man boundary was a bit wide, was not able to get across. But again, we see first delivery from Narayandi. Again, he's getting the movement away from the right-handed batsman. And Hazard probably was looking to hit it a bit squarer. And just came off the edge past that slip, who is probably in second slip, and picked up 4.
Again, he's pitching right outside in that same area. 2 deliveries. You think he wants to bring it a little bit closer to the batsman, not giving the batter enough room to free his arms a little bit?
Yeah, most definitely. You need to bring it a bit closer. And he's getting a little bit of movement. You also want the batsman to probably come on the front foot instead of going on the back foot. That was a delivery that really he should have pierced the offside field. Just able to hit it straight to the fielder.
Chance going down, cross for 1, they will get 2.
So we have seen in this over, again, Hazard looking to play square for the 3rd time. And this one, he was hit high up on the bat. Again, looking for too much power instead of getting into the right position. The fielder, they made a valiant effort. It was not an easy catch. But was not able to get his hand to it. He picked up 2 more runs.
Well, some adjustment in the field now because the mid-off has come a little bit wider, which has brought everyone closer up to the circle of the bat, because now we've got a man on point, but he's a little bit deep on the point. He should come in just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Better delivery this time, closer into the batsman and cramping him for room. 1, a misfield. 2. And the total is being chipped away. 13, 15 without loss.
Yeah, bad miss there by Phil at mid on there. Just looking up a bit and taking his eyes off the ball. Again, give Hazard the opportunity of picking up 2 more runs. So he's on 15. The score is 15 without loss.
Well, Hazard has been playing the Michael Jordan of this innings. Reynald Charles has been the Robin. Good shot, slugging him with confidence. 4 runs, absolutely magnificent. Drilled it through the onside. 4.
Yeah, bad delivery and well placed by Hazard. Quickly into position, hitting it all along the ground, just past the mid wicket, and it really rushed to that mid wicket boundary for 4. So he's 19. To be fair, Charles only faced 1 delivery. He's not yet off the mark. So it's 19 to Hazard, and it's 19 without loss, still in the second over.
At this rate, they could probably wrap this up inside 6 overs.
Yeah, I would think so at this rate.
Better ball, a little bit cramping the batsman just a little bit, not giving him the opportunity to free his arms, and Hazard could only muster a full face with a push down to mid-on.
So we've seen the end of the second over. Clove Challengers need to get up to 60 for victory. They are 19 without loss. Javed Hazard on 19. And he certainly really has been doing all the scoring. Reynald Charles just faced one delivery so far. He's not yet off the mark. Certainly he will be facing Taylor, who's going to pick up his second over. Taylor so far going for 7 runs in his first over. Narayan 12 in his first over. And Taylor is going to pick it up from this northern end.
You have no time really to catch your line or to catch your length in this format of the game. You've got to come in with your bowling line intact and your eyes in. It's more of a game. It's a game that has been tailored to the batsmen really, and so the bowlers, you have very little opportunity to pick up your line. You've got to come with your line.
We certainly going to come back to that.
Good running between the wickets.
So Charles is off the mark. So he's 20. He's off the mark in his second delivery. Yeah, this shortened version of the game, you had to be thinking. And as you rightly said, it's really a game for the batsman. But you have to be spot on in terms of your thinking. And not only that, but there's also a time factor. So you have a certain amount of time to bowl your 10 overs. And you have to be, it's a quick running game. So you really have to be quick. And certainly calls for you being on top of your game in this version. Another single to Hazard, pushed back past the bowler. 21. We are in over number 3.
First match of this Dream 11 T10 tournament. Good afternoon to our viewers around the world, wherever you are viewing us from. It's a beautiful Spice Country, Grenada. Oh, it's a beauty of delivery, a gem of a delivery, cutting him in half, really.
Yeah, superb delivery bowled by Taylor. And that probably would have pitched somewhere on mid and leg. And as the batsman came forward, it left him. And obviously, it lifted nicely and just passed the outside edge. With a peach of a delivery.
Charles, the more watchful of the two. This time he's circumspect. Full respect to the bowler, Taylor.
Yeah, good line. This one stayed on a bit, but Charles was really equal to it. Look, really sung in defense there as he pushed it back on the offside. Certainly there's no worry for Charles or even Hazard. They have been doing well so far.
Just another one again. Another single. 22 without loss.
Yeah, picking up the singles. And this is something we didn't see. We didn't see in the batting of Cinnamon Pacers. They were not able to pick up the singles simply because they were looking for some big shots. And where they probably should have been just pushing it around. It probably is a bit easier now. The pitch, although there's not much sun, but seemingly look a little bit easier. But I think they were guilty of not picking up the singles.
Oh, again, some indecisiveness there being created by Taylor, which brings up the end of the over, of course. 22 without loss. The Clove challengers, in reply, they're looking for 60 to wrap up this innings. The Cinnamon Pacers only mustering 59 from 4 overs, and the Clove challengers en route to 60 are 22 without loss.
Yeah, good over by Taylor. I think he only went for 3 runs in this over, but again his line was good, and he bowled that last delivery again was a good length delivery, lifting and leaving the right-handed batsman really. In these 2 overs, none for 10, but certainly this has been a pretty good over by Taylor.
No major adjustments in the field just yet. Still the one man that slipped. He's somewhere between first and second, kind of whitish first slip. He's come a little bit straighter now.
Yeah, well, I would more call him. Let's see, let's see. Yeah, just a for slip. Yeah.
It's a Lord Appeal. They're asking a question.
And that John Olive had picked it up from that southern end. Certainly Clove challengers. 22-year-old lost pieces will really look to pick up a wicket just to put a little bit of pressure.
Turning it nicely. Quick single again. So the running between the wickets have been really good for the Clove challengers. St. Hilaire, of course, very busy and active and vociferous behind the stumps. He's up now to the medium pacer. Olive, more a spinner with a long run-up, I like to call him. Because he does, in fact, get some movement off the wicket, especially on a placid turf like this.
Yeah, but certainly the first delivery was really, really a slow delivery. I guess just looking for good line and length.
Coming back into the batsman again, dangerous living. Not the kind of delivery you want to leave. I think he should have at least come outside, picked up the line a little bit earlier, and come outside and try and get something onto it, because waiting for him to cut back, we've seen on many occasions that there's one that will cut back very sharply and slice you in half. This time he's connected, and it's spooned.
Long off.
Long off.
Oh.
Takes the catch.
Yeah.
And that's the end of Hazard. He's gone. 23 for 1.
Good catch shaken there by Matthew, and it was sensible bowling there. I think by Olive. We have seen that he kept the slip and it was just hitting just that off stump there. We see Charles before looking to stay down and made no contact. And this, I think it was a slower delivery, and there was Hazard looking for the big drive and really not getting hold. Probably playing a bit too early. So obviously he was not able to clear the long off, and the fielder Matthew coming around and take a very simple catch. And certainly that would add some pep in the steps of pacers picking up their first wicket, and Matthew and Hazard, who has been a player that have been scoring, I think, quicker than Charles. They would be happy to see him go.
Oh, any wicket falling is a good sign for the Cinnamon Pacers. Any wicket falling is a very good sign for them. The Clove challengers, they're very much in the driver's seat on this one. 23 for 1 in search of 60. Very modest 59 for 4 for the Cinnamon Pacers.
So we see the inform Darren Ned, the explosive Darren Ned, comes in at number 3, and surely has demonstrated great ability in his batting. He has done it in the last tournament, and I think he probably would have scored a few centuries in the St. Andrew leagues already. So certainly, yeah, he's one of the players to look out for. It's 23 for 1. We are in over number 4. John Olive picking up the first wicket of Javed Hazard.
This time he's wide outside the off stump. It will go for 4. It would beat the fielder, and 4 more to the total. So 27 for 1. A wide delivery, slow outside the off stump. Nothing much really to challenge the batsman. Had to really look for it, went for it, realized it was loose, and knew what once he got some kind of connection on it, there was always the possibility of runs, and ended up with 4 all the way down to third man. So the Clove challengers are very much on target here.
Yeah, most definitely. I think they're really at 27 for 1. Just completed 4 of us. They would feel pretty confident. But yeah, that delivery, it gave him the ability to free his arm. And he actually tried to get it on the ground. But I think his positioning was put him in a position, even though he got bat onto it, he just had to get bat onto it. And it went down to a fine third man for 4. As we see the umpire just signal the end of the power play.
Well, there's going to be some adjustments in the field now for sure. And
Larry Edwards left
Larry Edwards is going to be operating from the Darbo end. He's got a mounting of a task in front of him because his team is in deep trouble. This time he's pushing. It's good work behind the stumps there. St. Hilaire is doing some very neat work behind the stumps. He's gotten him. He's, wow. That was masterful behind the wicket from St. Hilaire. St. Hilaire didn't waste any time at all. And Bales was off in a flash.
Well, it would be interesting to look at the replay, but certainly first delivery from Larry Edwards, and I think Charles really was in no man's land, wondering if to go forward or not. We probably just came forward and probably lift the leg, and St. Hilaire was very quick to take off the bails. So a good start by Larry Edwards, one of the Volcano players from St. Lucia, picking up wicket in his first delivery. 27 for 2. And Charles having to take this long walk back as Andrew replaces Charles. So Larry Edwards striking in his first delivery as we look at the replay here. Yeah, just stepping out and actually step out that back foot, and I think St. Hilaire was very quick, did a fine job. Umpire Mason was really spot on.
So they understand the scope of work. Edwards again inviting the batsman to have a go at him, and does his own work. You get one. Surely the umpire would signal byes here.
Yeah, he probably got some bat onto it and probably came off the pad, but another single. So Ned is on 4, comes into strike. Andrew off the mark with 1. 28 for 2. And it does seem as though this condition will continue for the duration of the afternoon, Jason.
Yeah, well, our weather forecast did in fact say this is going to be the story for the rest of the afternoon and possibly for most of the day tomorrow as well. It's a good shot. Elegantly played for just 1. Down to long off boundary. Got there quickly. And just 1, which moves the total on to 29 for 2. So they're just about halfway there. The Clove challengers just about halfway in getting this total with just inside the 5th over. Another 1 to the score. I think they're playing a little bit timid now. They've done most of the hard work really within the first 3 overs. The Clove challengers, and no, they're just reverted into their shell a little bit. That might not be too much of a good thing.
Well, you'd want to take advantage of the power play, which is the first over, which probably give you the opportunity or probably to play a few more shots. The ball being new and it's hard, so you would want to take advantage of that situation. But I think having lost a wicket, having lost 2 wickets, obviously you would know you have to rebuild. You have to think a bit. So obviously you wouldn't be able to take the chances that you would have taken if you didn't lose a wicket. And then the fact that now the field can spread a bit, not just having 2 persons outside, but you can able to have more. So obviously there's more caution in terms of how you play. And I think this is what we are seeing now, in that they're just trying to consolidate and to push on. But one would think maybe after over or so, you probably will start to pick up pick up the attack and push on the scoring.
Oh, you say recuperate inside 10 overs. There's no chance to recuperate from anything at all. I like living dangerously when it comes to this situation. So you go and you go all the way. Che Duncan has been brought into the attack now. Yeah, I like when you're going hard or go home, because it's only 10 overs and you've got minuscule amount of runs really. So no time to recuperate. You've got wickets in hand. You've got 29 runs to win, and 4 overs remaining. You get it now or you don't get it at all.
Well, you keep in mind that this game, as we continue the series of glorious uncertainties, and you have to be calculative. You have to bat with some form of wisdom, even to chase small scores.
Che Edwards is wide outside the off stump. Che Duncan, sorry, is wide outside the off stump. Living dangerously there, was very fortunate not to be penalized by the umpire.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, Jason, just looking back at maybe a couple of the games of the IPL, and we see what can happen when teams score, when scores are pretty small. Could be really challenging. This case is a lot different, and one would think that really 60 shouldn't create too much of a problem. The wicket is, the pitch is playing okay, so you don't have an issue with that. So you really shouldn't create any major challenge. 31 for 2 in over number 5.
Four overs and 4 deliveries to get 29 runs, and the first 2 deliveries from Duncan was hanging outside the off stump and was able to get away with it. In this format of the game, anything outside hanging is not something you should get away with. Oh, some danger there now, some mix-up here. Oh, they made a mess of it. Surely, it should have been an easy run-out, and with the, I mean, it should have been a run-out, really.
Yeah, well, first of all, it was a full toss that really should have been put away. It was not, but I think the communication, look at Ned rushing down the wicket, and you find Andrew trying to get back to the striker's end. So the communication was not there. And they really made a meal of it. The non-striker, both batsmen actually was on one end. Certainly, there's an opportunity gone a begging.
Yeah, well, that's the nature of this game. When you've got a small score and you want to take for granted that you've got things under control, hence the reason why when you've got your foot on the gas, you've got to keep going, because these dicey moments can work against you. You know, it's like driving, crony.
Yeah.
You're driving and you don't make up your mind, then you're going to find yourself in the midst of an accident.
Yeah.
You've got to make up your mind. You've got to say, I'm going, and I'm going, and I'm going, and I will go. So you've got to keep your foot on the gas. If you're the Clove challengers, you want to keep your foot on the gas. The cinnamon pieces have not let up just yet.
Yeah.
This time he's struck it nicely, slug it all the way down. Good shot, 4 runs.
Yeah, full toss and well played by Andrew as he hit it to that vacant mid-wicket, widest mid-on position. And with no fielder there, just went across the row for 4. So that brings the score on to 36 for 2. Andrew is on 6. And really is becoming easier and easier as we still into the 5th over. Just two deliveries. Another full toss and a crash through backward square for 4. Lovely shot by Andrew. Bad delivery ball there, and he was given the full treatment. He really smashed it. And the fielder down on that long leg, and also there was a square leg on the boundary. Really just looked at it.
So just one more delivery remaining in this over. Duncan, 2 full toss, was punished severely with both of them, and he's been not giving the cinnamon pacers the best of chances, really and truly. His over has been very expensive.
Yeah, just ease up the pressure a bit, and this one is straight to cover. And that concludes this first over. Just going for 9, but those 2 boundaries certainly would have eased up the pressure. and his Pacers challengers are 40 for 2, and certainly would feel pretty confident. Still 4 overs to go, and they require a further 20 runs for victory. As I welcome back Ronald John.
Yeah, most definitely. Challengers are in the driving seat. They seem poised to overhaul this total in as minimal time as possible.
Yeah, they would obviously they would be feeling pretty confident, Ronald, that 20 runs in 4 overs is really not too much a difficult one with a pitch that is playing well, despite the condition. As Edwards starts his second over, push on the onside. They shouldn't have any difficulty getting that 20 runs.
Yeah, for the 20 runs at just about 5 and over, with the sort of bowling that we just saw, should make easy going there.
This one is hit down to long on. The fielder is getting on there. He drops it, a bad miss there, and it goes over the rope for 4. Again, Ned Day looking to clear the long on. And you could see him stretching, reaching for it. And didn't get as close as he should get to it. And it went high, down to long on. And it was George that came around. They got both hands to it, but just misjudged it a bit. Probably came in a bit too much. And bounced off his hand and went for 4.
Ned certainly seemed really ready, just to get this game over with. A few attacking shots being played. I think his mindset is positive, and so he's really looking to give the challengers the sort of run rate that they need in case something were to happen.
Yeah, and I think this is the right way. He ought to be positive, and he's a player that has a lot of confidence with the amount of runs that he's scoring in the local tournament. Has done well in this tournament, so really, he would feel pretty confident to try and finish it as quickly as possible.
Challengers would want to, be as tight as possible as we see a dot ball. What can they do differently? I think this is what the captain should be, really about now, to make sure that some dot balls, build some pressure. So far out there, it looks, very easy. They could respond differently, can they?
Yeah, well, in situation like this, you would want to do things a lot differently. I would think that Edwards would need to probably give the ball a little bit of air, have the batsman to come at him. I think just like Ned would have done previously and been dropped. Give yourself a chance, because if you continue to play ball normally and keep on one track, certainly things will just continue to roll on. So you had to try to do things differently. And there, as this delivery was pushed on to mid-off at the end of that over, is 47 for 2, and we have had 7 overs completed.
So for the 3 overs to go, definitely the challengers, they are in the driving seat. Cinnamon Pacers, they would want to ensure that the next few overs from here, they get it as nicely as possible to ensure that the game doesn't just run away from them. As I welcome back Afi Fletcher, who is with us, her first stint here in the commentary booth, and so welcome Afi.
Yes, you see some lovely shots played by the batters. You see that the intent by the Cinnamon Pacers is to get the score over with, to get the runs as quick as possible, because net rate is crucial in tournaments. So the first game a low scoring total, so they're looking to finish that game in no time.
So we see a change. It seems to be Regis, and we know that he has really good ability with the ball. One would remember seeing him in the regional police tournament and getting some key wickets. So Regis in. And right away he strikes. So definitely a good change by the Pacers. By the Pacers, the introduction of Regis brings about a wicket.
Yes, and they get rid of the dangerous Ned. who is in some form.
Right, and very good. So eventually they would want to continue with this and build some pressure and maybe pull, the game back and actually have a victory. So good change, good inspiring change.
Yes, it is. So the total now 47 for 3. And in comes the captain, Maxwin.
So a further 13 runs to get to overhaul this total. It could be done in one over, but I think the Pacers will have something to say about that. So Maxwin coming out to the wicket. We know he does have the ability to strike the ball and strike the ball well. How he goes here with the conditions that are there, and Regis, bowling well so far. We would want to see how he responds.
Another one added to the total. We have 48 for 3.
You'd want to stay away from the extras. That would shorten the amount that the Maxwin must hit.
Oh, down to third man. Good stop by the fieldsman. Oh, but they come back for 2. 50 up for the Clove challengers.
So 50 up for the okay, so Maxwin on 2, right? So he actually got bat onto that one. Pushing for 1. And they settle for it. I thought they might have chanced to get a second. So Clove challengers needing just 9 runs to overhaul this score of 60. Regis ensuring that his field is, well set. He will have different thoughts.
Down to backward square. 1 taken. 52 for 3, sorry.
So we must let you know that there is another fixture on for today. We will see the Bayleaf Blasters. They will be in action shortly. And they will be taking on the Saffron Strikers as another one. And that game begins at 2:30 sharp, as we see challengers getting closer and closer to their target. So it seems like they are going to overhaul this total before the 10 overs is bowled.
Oh, and it's slapped away. Down to point for 1. Brings the total 55 for 3.
So another 5 runs needed. And you have 6 balls to get that 5 runs. So we enter the 9th over. And so they will definitely need a tight over to make something of this game. So 8 overs gone. It's 8 overs gone. So definitely 5 runs out of this. Easy peasy.
Yeah, well, you take a miracle for Cinnamon Pacers to win this game, but the game already is a funny game, so
Yeah, definitely in this format you cannot say what will and what will not happen, but a miracle indeed. It would take a couple hat-tricks to, really bring about the downfall of the Clove Challengers.
Yeah, Clove Challengers is in the driver's seat, so I don't think they will let this out of their reach.
Yeah, definitely. The batsmen have to hold their nerve, and you never know. A little bit of pressure here by Olive, and maybe something else could be, the script could be written differently.
Taking some time to set the feel, make sure that he get a feel that he wants.
So I would just take the opportunity to remind our viewers that at 2:30, the other fixture, we can see the likes of Devon Smith, Darrell Cyrus coming up in that Saffron Strikers versus Bayleaf Blasters fixture. As a little bit of pressure is built, Afi. Dot ball.
Yes. And it's slapped over square, down to the boundary for 4 runs.
Yeah, good shot there by Maxwell. Maxwell looking to get over with it. Just looking to hog that one. And eventually getting a good result as we see a bit of sunshine coming down. It seems to be a little bit brighter. So Clove Challengers, they are going to enjoy the little brightness.
Yes, indeed they will.
A bright start to their 2023 Dream 11 T10 campaign. So just one needed. And who else fit in but the captain to bring about what would be a convincing win for the Clove Challengers. So definitely Clove Challengers, they have overhauled that total. They are now 60. And they seem to be ready to reverse their fortunes from last season. What a way to start.
Yes, that's a good win for the captain in the start.
So new setup, new captain for the Challengers. And a positive way to go. They've started. They've won convincingly. Preston McSween, captain of the Challengers, bringing up the winning runs. And so they have overhauled that total of 60. Good game by the Cinnamon Pacers. I think they pushed them well. Maybe a little better bowling, ball in better areas might have spelt a different result. But in the end, the team that has executed well, you saw Hazard coming out and being very positive. His strike rate was up about over 100. So that definitely set the platform for them to be able to overhaul these totals. And so must say they would feel happy as we see the rest of the team making their way out. Congratulated there by their coach, Mr. Johnson. He would feel good, having that sort of start.
Yes, he will. I mean, anybody will feel good to have such a good start at the beginning. I mean, the difference between Clove Strikers and Cinnamon Pacers is that most of the batters were striking it over 100. But as you see that Cinnamon Pacers batters was not striking it over 100. So that's the difference between the two teams.
Yeah, and definitely I'm glad you raised that issue because when we look at it, singles, they ran pretty hard through between the wickets. They actually got the odd boundaries, unlike the challengers who seem to be looking at the boundary, and forgetting that the singles and the twos, there's enough space that they can walk the ball through the gap. So a good result for the Pacers. They've come out on top in this one. Just losing 3 wickets to overhaul that 60 runs. A top score there by Hazard, 20 runs. You also had contributions from Darren Nen, 13 from 12 deliveries. Kellis Andrew, 12 from 9 deliveries. And Preston McSween, 11 from 7 deliveries. Again, Pacers, they need to go back to the drawing board. they need to really strategize. It's T10, but we cannot forget, some of the basics of the game.
Yes, indeed.
So we're gonna wrap up this segment. If you look out, you can see that the other team is here and they're getting their warm up in. We're gonna break for a short while. Okay, so we will. I think we're gonna have the presentation before, and so we just want to run through the batting card again for you. Let's look at the bowlers. For the Cinnamon Pacers, you had Narayan 1 over 12 runs, no wickets. John Olive 1 over 9 runs, 1 wicket also. Larry Edward, he was able to pick up a wicket. He picked up that wicket for 11 runs in his 2 overs. And Regis, he picked up 1 wicket, 8 runs, 1 over. We go down to Shiris for the presentation. So Shiris, when you're ready. So we're going to see the man of the match presentation at this time. And a very, very fitting man of the match. I think it was an easy choice. So a modest total of 60 for the first game. Let's see how the second game would go. I think as we look out, we see a bit more sunshine. So the conditions may differ a bit from what we had when we started. As we go down to Shiris now.
Okay, here with me to present the Power 8 Player of the Match trophy, we have match referee Mr. Carl Felix, and the Player of the Match for the first encounter in the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 competition goes to Mr. Preston McSween, the captain of the Clove Challengers. He had an excellent bowling spell, taking up 1 wicket for 14 runs and was able to guide his team home with 11 runs off 7 balls. Player of the Match, Preston McSween.
Congratulations, Preston. All the best for the rest of the season.
No, you have to comment after me. Okay, Preston, so tell us a little bit about your outing in the field today.
First, I want to thank the Almighty for yet another day. The outfield, it was a bit big, so I talked to my bowlers and told them we have to utilize the middle of the wicket, which will make it harder for the batsmen to actually score runs. And I have to commend my team for putting out such a good effort, which even helped me perform better at the end.
Okay, and for the past 2 seasons of the Dream 11 Spice LT10, it's no secret that Clove has been having some challenges. How does it feel and what is the mood like in the camp to open your season campaign with a win?
Well, for me, I always believe in enjoyment, so I always focus on the enjoyment aspect of the game, application as well. This is a moment that everybody want to achieve great things, play good, so everybody is in good spirit and looking out for the best of each player.
Okay, thank you very much and all the best for the remainder of the competition. Back up to you in the commentary booth.
All right, thank you very much, Shiris. And most fitting, you have Preston McSween being the man of the match, 1 for 14 when he bowled, and 11 from 7 deliveries, strike rate of 157. Definitely feeling good. The results for the Clove Challengers, that should put them, into a really good place where they can enjoy the rest of the season. It's only days yet, Taffy, and so one would expect that the other teams, when they come, they would come hard to make sure that Clove Challengers does not enjoy, the top position. But the Clove Challengers this year, the units seem to be different.
Yes, they have been. They come out with good intent. You see the first game, they have started off on point and they bowled well and they chased the target with confidence.
Yeah, most definitely. And so that sets up the rest of the day. I think challengers, they've set the pace. And so coming up next fixture, we say it's the Saffron versus the Bay Leaf Blasters. So stay tuned. We're going to bring you the live coverage. Be with us as we take a break, and we'll join you for the start of the other game.